Hi guys, Captain TigerLily here, and today I am going to be talking about everything that I had fun with during Paleo Pines, amongst other things. So first off, I do want to say thank you guys for watching through the full playlist and the entire game of, well, the main campaign of Paleo Pines. I had such a blast playing it. It was so fun. It was so cute. We're going to get into a lot more of the details in a little bit, but I just wanted to start off by saying that I absolutely adored the game. It was so much fun. First things first, Lucky, great companion. Absolutely. She's adorable. We love her. And honestly, I don't think you really could have picked a better starting dinosaur than having a Parasaurolophus. So, the quest for the Parasaurolophus, that was that was an unexpected end for that. I didn't intend on starting that quest. I had actually intended on waiting to do that until after I'd done a few other of the side quests. Unfortunately, that's not how that happened, and we did miss out on a pretty dang awesome dinosaur because of it, but it is what it is. I really, really loved all of the different dinosaur designs. I think they were super, super fun. Each one had its own little, like, quirks and characteristics that made them all unique, which was so much fun to see in the game. I wish we could have seen more of the ultra rares than we did, because the only one that we really saw was our melanistic one, at least as far as I remember. I will say that I loved there are so many different color combinations for each one of the dinosaurs, and that you can't get exactly the same ones with each one. You know what I mean? I also really, really loved just the way the world was designed. I think that each of the maps was really unique, and that you had a very, very drastic distinction between each area. So like when you're in the valley, it's very like calm and like starting area kind of thing, and it's super cute. And then you get into Dapplewood, which is a lot darker and a lot more of the like the cozy forest vibes, which was great. And then you get over into Arikata Canyon, and it's like the safari adventure kind of feel, and I love that. I love that they have different areas, and I love that that Arikata Canyon had a lot more carnivores than anywhere else. I think that was a really cool addition to that. And if you think about it, I don't think there were really like hardly any carnivores in the first main area. The only one that we really had for the first area was Patch. Like we had other omnivores, but the only one we had for like in the Viridian Valley was Patch and our little one that we stuck in with Domino and I can't remember, Dottie, I think was her name. I can't remember. We've had so many dinos that I can't remember them all. But yeah, I love that you weren't really getting like the big carnivores until you got into Dapplewood. And of course the first really big carnivore we get is freaking Chomper. Like, oh my god, it was great. And honestly, I love the coloring that we got for Chomper. It's absolutely adorable. He's so cute. I love him so much. He's just a big stompy boy. Now, I do think something that I would have really liked to see them implement, especially in Viridian Valley, is having a way to actually swim over the water. Like, whether we ended up with like a plesiosaur or something like that, or like you had a small one that you could put in the ponds. Like if you could get a big pond and then have that be the enclosure for one of those, that would have been amazing. Or at least have a kind of dinosaur that's much more water and land based. I think having something to move over the water would have been really cool to implement. Obviously, that doesn't really play well into Arikata Canyon, since there's like no water features in Arikata Canyon other than like in the little town that's in there in Pebble Plaza. I think having water dinos in Viridian Valley and in Dapplewood would have been a really, really good addition to it, especially Dapplewood. You could have had dinos that only showed up in the one little basin when it rained, so that you could only go over there and get them when it rained. Otherwise, they wouldn't be there. That would be a really cool thing to do. other thing I was a little disappointed about was that there were no pterosaurs. There were no flying dinosaurs. And that is really unfortunate because I would have really liked to have like the bigger flying ones. So like you have Quetzalcoatlus and you have obviously like pterodactyl and pterodon and like those kind of bigger flyers. I think that would have been kind of cool. And even if you couldn't actually like fly on them in game, I think it would have been a really cool thing to like, you have to make their enclosure with a tree in it or something so that they have something tall to like nest in, something like that. I think that would have been kind of cool. It is what it is, but the NPCs, oh my gosh, I loved them. They're all so fun and unique. Marlowe is like our cool best friend next door kind of character who he wants to help everybody. He's just chill with whatever. Corlin is like the businessman, ever the businessman. I'm gonna get my money, you're gonna get your stuff, we're gonna have a good deal. Pippin is very much like, he has that kind of like very high ADHD energy, and I kind of love it because he's super quirky about it. And then you have Owen, who's very much like he's kind of like the studious, like schoolbook smart kind of character versus Mari, who's very much like the adventurous, learn by being in that world kind of thing. And I love that. It's so cute. I love their dynamic too, that like you can tell that they're like super best friends, but they also butt heads constantly, and I kind of love that dynamic for them. It's great. I loved Orani. I thought she was adorable. I loved just her like flowy, go with the wind kind of nature to her, and I think that was a really good character to implement, especially so early on before we'd even gotten into Arikata Canyon. I loved Amari. I loved Granny. She's amazing. We love Granny. And she just wants to garden with her tiny little dinos and have her little peach tree and her apple tree and Dapplewood and have a good time. And we love that. We love that for her. Then there's Avery. We didn't really get to talk to Avery too much in the game just because I didn't really do a lot of his quests, which I will hopefully be doing some of his quests when I go through and do the Crocheting My Dinos kind of playthrough, and we'll get to see a little bit more of him. But from everything that I've seen, Avery seemed he was very much like your flamboyant performer kind of type, and but he was still much more like down to earth about it, and I love that. I love that each of the characters has their own personalities. And then you have Zara. Zara is so cute. She's so sweet. We love Zara, okay? She is basically me. Only instead of history, it's nerd culture. That's my life. So I think one of the biggest things that I really loved is that there isn't really a specific timeline on the quests. And I love that in games. I love that things aren't like hard locked into you have to do this quest before you can do things. Like, yes, there are specific things. Like, yes, us having to open up Dapplewood was specifically a quest, but it was something that I would have done regardless anyway, just so I can get to the new area. Or us unlocking the like fixing up the archway into Arikata Canyon. Like, yes, we were going to do that, obviously. But I do love that a lot of those things were also skill locked too. So like you have to have one of the dinosaurs that can smash rocks in order to get into Dapplewood, which made sense. We got Jewel, we leveled her up, we got her friendship really high, and we rode over with her to smash open the rocks. We had the same thing with Latch, where we had to get Latch in order for us to have a slasher to break down all the bushes to get into Arikata Canyon. It makes sense. And I loved how like each one of the different types of dinosaurs has a different ability. I also loved that the tiny dinosaurs are your little gardeners in your ranch. That's so cute. Oh my god, that's so cute. That's so adorable. Oh my gosh. We need more games like this. Honestly, we need more cute, cozy games with dinosaurs. Honestly, like we need more cute, cozy games with dinosaurs. Okay? So that's just how it is. Okay? So I think one of the other things that I really, really loved about it is that the more you did, like more talking to the characters and more quests that you did for them, that the more they would want to do with you and the more that they would want to like you get discounts for being friends. Like I got discounts for being friends with Pippin and Marlowe because I excuse me, because I did a lot of stuff for them and I talked to them a lot. So like I got a lot of custom orders from Marlo, and I bought a lot of things from him. I sold a lot of things to him, and I talked to him a lot, not just in town, but like just outside of town. And that made him more friendly with me. And the same thing with Pippin. Like I came and talked to him a lot because I was getting pop-ins and I was selling him like ingredients and stuff. Like that was the deal. And I wish I had gotten a little bit higher friendship with Amari and with Corlin and with a lot of the other characters, but I was very focused on getting the dinosaurs that I wanted. I'm still really upset about that purple Allosaurus. I really am. But I am going to go back and find one. I don't care how long it takes. I'm getting a purple Allosaurus, okay? It's happening. One way or another, it's happening. So, couple other things about it. I really loved the music for this game. It was very cute. The whole game, like just the game as a whole, is a very, very cute game. And you guys know how I feel about my cute games. I love cute games. I really, really loved the music. And I love that each area had very distinctive music. So like you knew when you were in the valley, you knew when you were in Dapplewood, you knew when you were in Arikata Canyon, and you knew when you were in like the villages. So you knew when you were in Pebble Plaza, and you knew when you were in Archipelago. Like it was really, really good. It was really good the way they did that. And I loved that, like, that really just like charming, friendly little adventure kind of feel. I also really, really loved that every time, like when it would hit nighttime and your visibility would slowly drop, I loved that. Like it did get a little confusing at first, especially in Dapplewood, because I didn't know what was going on and where I was, and it made it harder and harder to see the further into night it got. And I thought that was a really cool like aspect to the game. And you still have some nighttime for you to get the dinosaurs that only come out in the evening. Like we wouldn't have gotten that Baryonyx if we hadn't gone in the evening. And I loved the way that things turned out for our Baryonyx. I loved that coloration. We didn't really have any like sandy colored dinosaurs at that point. Like we had yellow dinos because we had Latch and we had, I don't know, whatever our big Stegosaurus was. I can't remember his name. But we didn't really have any like brown sandy colors. Everything was very bright at that point. It was very greens and blues and pinks, and there weren't a lot of like brown anything. And I think that was really good. And that's kind of also why I'm really happy with the coloration that we got for Dash, because I loved that for Dash we were able to have like that almost pearlescent white with blue spikes, and I thought that was such a cool coloration. I am really sad though that it still wasn't the rare I was hoping for, but I really like Dash's coloration. Same thing with Jolly also. Like it was really random to kind of get that gray blue with the orange tail and belly. Like I wasn't expecting that, but I really like that for him. That makes him really, really unique. Also, I love that one of our first like early dinos, Jewel, was actually a rare, us getting the cupcake coloration for her. That was so cute. I love that color with her. She's so precious. So precious. Jewel is honestly one of my favorites that we got, and the fact that we got her so early just made it so much better. Like, okay, I'm gonna go through real quick and I'm gonna talk about, as of the end of the main campaign, all my top 5. Obviously Lucky is taking the top spot. She's our main girl. We start with Lucky. My second spot would actually have to go to Chomper. I love how big he is. I love his coloration. I love that he's that deep, rich, like mahogany, maroons, reds kind of colors. He's so pretty. He's just our big stompy boy, and we love him. He's so cute. I think the third spot would have to go to Jewel, because she was so early on. She was the first rare that we got. Not ultra rare, but she was the first rare that we got with the cupcake coloration, and she's so adorable. I love her cute little jeweled frill. She looks like she's got little pink sapphires on her frill. She's so precious, and she's been around for so long, and I love that. I think the number 4 spot would probably have to go to Dash. I love him. He's so cute. He's such another big boy. Downside with Dash is that turning with him is a little difficult. He's the only one of the carnivores, like the big carnivores, that I've really had issues with. I've not really noticed issues with turning with Chomper or Jolly, which is kind of weird, but I don't know. Maybe it's just specifically something with the way they designed Carnotaurus. I don't know. And last but not least, I think my last on the list, my number 5 spot, would actually probably have to be Pepper, my Ankylosaurus. And the reason I pick Pepper is because Pepper was actually kind of early on too. And I was really, really surprised about that. I didn't know how I was going to feel about getting an Anky so early, especially considering we hadn't really gotten too much into... we hadn't really gotten into Dapplewood at that point. We hadn't opened our Arikata Canyon. We had, like, we knew it was over there, but we hadn't gotten to it yet. And finding that coloration for Pepper, like, being like that smoky blue-gray, I think was perfect. Plus, she just kind of hangs around and does what she likes. She's a cute little girl, and we love her. But, yeah, I think those would be my top 5. Not to say that I don't like the other dinosaurs. It's just, I think out of all the ones that I played with the most, those were my most fun and favorite ones to have with us at any given time. And I just, all the dinos just, they bring me joy. They do. So it's going to be a couple weeks before I get the dinosaur, like Crocheting My Dinosaurs series started. I'm not going to make a new game for it because I want to crochet some of the dinos that we already got. Like, when I get to Holly, I want to be able to crochet a melanistic dinosaur. Like, I want an all-black dinosaur. So, obviously, I'm going to be doing that. Oh, excuse me. I'm also going to be looking for a lot of different colors of yarn. So, even if I have talked about, like, specific dinosaurs that I want to do, because obviously, I'm going to do all the ones that we have. Like, that's for sure. I may add in other ones that we see out in the wild that I really like the colorations of. But as of right now, I'm going to do all the ones that I have befriended. So the little ones are going to be much more of a challenge for me. And it may not, that one may be a little bit of a, I'm going to give it a try, but it may not come out right kind of thing. But this is going to be a kind of a trial and error for when I get to Slime Rancher 2 as well. So we shall see. I've got other games that I want to do that with in the future. And I think it's going to be a fun challenge for me to do that with you guys. So last but not least, I just want to say thank you guys again for all of you watching through Paleo Pines, all of you that enjoyed it. And I hope that you guys are willing to stick around for more games like that and other fun games in the future. And I hope you guys are looking forward to Crocheting My Dinos as much as I am. So that's kind of my final thoughts on the game. It was absolutely adorable. I loved it. I hope you guys loved it too. And if you guys did, and you guys liked this video of me talking about everything I loved in Paleo Pines, hit the like button down below. Hit the subscribe button if you guys want to see more videos from me. And hit the notification bell. That way you guys know when new videos go live. Share the video around to anybody else you think might enjoy watching me play through games in the future. And that being said, I'm Captain TigerLily, and I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye!